Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 8 of the Fit in 10 challenge. We had a great class this morning. Small class, I think we only had maybe 10 people there. So don't forget, we do have 10:15 a.m. classes for the Fit in 10. And by the way, I know I mentioned that you guys are able, I'm allowing you to do 2 Fit in 10 classes, then 1 lift camp. But being that I opened 4 Fit in 10 classes per week, you can do just 3 Fit in 10 if you want, okay? Now, if you can't make the 3 Fit in 10, then you do have the other classes or at your disposal. So, if you can do any of the lift camps that you want, which is what I would recommend doing if you can't make all 3 Fit in 10 classes, okay? During the week. What else did I want to say? Make sure you watch the videos, but it's probably pointless me saying this, being that I'm saying this on video. So I noticed that the numbers are not quite up there for a lot of the videos, which means there's like 65 people in this challenge, and I'm seeing like 25 views, so people are not watching this. So do try to watch them. Just put them on in the background and listen, because they do have some good information. All right, let's get into some questions right away. Are listed sets? Oh, sorry, this is the question. This is what I say, and she's asking about. This person is asking about it. I say, in your program, all listed sets are performed after warm-up sets. And this person asks, what do you mean? Okay, so the warm-up sets are the sets to build up to the weight that you're going to do your working sets at. That is the sets that you will fail at. You will reach muscular failure at. That means that you will, if I say a set of 10 reps, when you get to that 10th rep, you can't do another one. So you're doing bench press. You can't do another one, okay? So that would be a working set. A warm-up set would be, let's just say you're working with 100 pounds on your bench press. Warm-up set, your 2 warm-up sets would be like, here's what I'd recommend, 50% of that weight. So you do 50 pounds for 10 reps, which would be easy. Then you do another set at 75%, so 75 pounds. You do that for 10 reps. Again, that wouldn't be too bad. And then you're going to move to 100 pounds. Now, you're going to get stronger as the weeks go on, so soon enough you'll be able to do 11 or 12 or 13 reps with 100 pounds. So you need to move up to 105 pounds, okay? So you need to adjust the weights on this. So this is a really, really important aspect of the challenge. The weight training aspect is huge, okay? This takes me to another question that somebody asked. This is really, really important. Is people are like, well, I'm waiting between sets for like a minute and a half, and it's just, I'm getting bored out of my mind. You should be, granted, it is the beginning of the challenge, and so I don't expect you to be pushing the weights super hard right now, but ideally, the idea here is to be pushing so hard during that set that you do need that time off, okay? And the reason why I'm asking you to take that time off is so that your muscles can recuperate enough so that you can generate enough intensity to do that set again. If you move too fast, your strength will dwindle down, okay? And consequently, the muscle will not be taxed to the same kind of tensile strength, the same kind of tensile resistance that you're going to get from a heavier weight, okay? So in a nutshell, what happens is when you reach muscular failure in that lower rep range, we're talking like, anywhere from like, basically a few reps to, 15 reps, you're using a lot of ATP. So what you need to do, the reason why you need to rest is so that the muscles can restore that ATP and you can do another set, okay? Essentially. That's a very simplistic explanation, okay? If you don't let that ATP come back, then, you're going to be like, oh, I could do 100 pounds for 10, and then, I go back to 100 pounds 30 seconds later, and I can only get like 4 or 5, okay? So it's just not going to be the same thing, okay? So take that rest period and push as hard as you can. If you're bored, my suggestion is to push harder on those other sets, okay? That rest period is really, really important. It's part of the process of getting stronger and adding a little bit of lean muscle tissue, which is going to bring you some really good tonicity, right? Some muscle tone, okay? And of course, improve your strength. All right, and make sure you do those warm-up sets, okay? On all your major movements, all your compound movements, your multi-jointed movements, So all your presses, all your pulls and your rows, your squats, your deadlifts, okay, you want to make sure that you're doing these warm-up sets on. All right, question 2. Should I be completing the workouts at home because we're not completing them at the gym? Yes, you know what? I'm gonna ask that stick around at the gym and just complete the workout, okay, or go home and complete it. I think it's a good idea. At this point, it's not a big deal. It's the first week, but next week, I would suggest that. Okay, so maybe just stick around at the gym and complete the workout, or go home and do it if you can. But chances are you probably can't do it at home unless you have the right. You've got a sufficient amount of resistance. Okay, and like I said, this applying enough resistance to the body is going to become very important as the weeks go on. Okay. It's a big part of this challenge. It's huge. Okay, every piece of this is huge, but make sure you really, I know some people that are not coming to class, so I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know if you have a weight training background, but I'm going to really encourage you to come. You got to make sure that you apply that progressive overload. This is important for fat loss. It's very important for fat loss. Okay, for long-term fat loss. Okay. And your metabolism and also from the viewpoint that you're losing muscle mass as time goes on, okay? Unless you're under the age of 20, which we have one person that actually, we have 2 people that are actually under the age of 20. So, but anyways, you guys do the same. Doesn't matter if you're under 20. Okay. All right. Carbohydrates. How am I doing for time? I'm at 7 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna talk about carbs tomorrow. Okay, I know I said I was gonna talk about it tonight. Talk about it tomorrow. All right, message of the day. This is something you can repeat to yourself. I think positive affirmations are really, really important. And they may seem a little bit trite, but I think we've probably all experienced at one point or another, or maybe all too often, some negative thought patterns or some negative messages that maybe rehearse themselves in your mind. And so I'm going to put something out there that you can repeat to yourself. And it goes something like this. I'm amazing. I can do anything. Positivity is a choice. I celebrate my individuality. And I'm prepared to succeed. All right, so one more time here. I am amazing. I can do anything. Positivity is a choice. I celebrate my individuality. And you should. And I'm prepared to succeed. All right? So take advantage of each and every day. Perspective is huge, right? We might as well change our perspective to one that's more positive and become a friend to ourselves, right? Because we can be enemies to ourselves. Just think about the way you deal with certain situations. Become a friend to yourself. Always see things in a more positive light. And of course, think about the best ways to help yourself to progress. Because this is so, so important. Not just in this challenge, but in life in general, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, you guys? Positive energy, positive vibes. Always give gratitude and believe in yourself. Submit and commit to this challenge. Don't fight it. I know some of you are fighting it like, nah, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But the closer you follow the directions I give you, the more I can tell you you will do well. If you ask anybody who's won this challenge, they will tell you I just followed the challenge. I just followed what I was told. Okay? That's what everybody that wins the challenge will tell you. Okay? So I'm just putting it out there. I'm serious. Okay? All right, you guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful evening, weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon. See ya.